Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to each of you on your nominations. It was good to see the Secretary yesterday afternoon and to hear from him. Sounds like he is busy and working and making some positive changes, and we appreciate that. Mr. Bartram, I want to come to you. I'm a little confused over your statement regarding community care and want to get you to clarify your comments on that. Now, the chairman and I are both working on the community care issue. And when I talked to yesterday afternoon with the secretary, I know he is trying to simplify community care. But you made a comment that you need to balance direct care and community care. And I want you to drill down. What would that balance be, and why would you not say, let's prioritize what the vet wants, and if they want community care, let's make that more simple, a more simple process for them to access that care?
What's up, Patriots? Welcome back to America First. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and smash that like button, because we're going to dive deep into what's really happening in Washington when it comes to our veterans. And folks, what I'm about to show you should make every American proud, because we're finally seeing some real accountability in the VA system. I just watched the Senate confirmation hearing featuring Senator Marsha Blackburn from Tennessee going head-to-head with VA nominees. And let me tell you something. This is exactly the kind of leadership we need more of in Washington. Senator Blackburn is asking the tough questions that matter to our veterans, and she's not backing down.
So, ma'am, I am saying that. If veterans want community care, we need to allow them to have community care. And when I say balance it, right now the bureaucracy is stacked against them.
Totally.
The bureaucracy is stacked against. If I get confirmed, then I can work to help take out some of the bureaucracy. As a senior advisor, I'm very limited in what I can do. As the undersecretary, if I'm confirmed, then I can work to take out the bureaucracy that's there. But the best medical interest allows us to take out part of the bureaucracy. Changing what the contracts are as we do the next generation of contracts allows us to take out part of the bureaucracy. Building in the infrastructure, we also need to allow that if a veteran chooses that they want to use the VA healthcare system, the direct care system, that they have that choice to use that direct healthcare system. So it's working with them on where do they want to get their care, and making sure that it's not bureaucracy that's getting in the way. It's where they want to get their care that's
And that
best
they
for them.
can access it in the most efficient
Yes.
and effective way. Okay, I appreciate that, because talking about balancing, I think made it sound like you were going to do a little bit over here and a little bit over there, but not prioritize the vet in making those decisions. And talking to most veterans in Tennessee, they much prefer having community care, because we've got 63 rural hospitals in our state. We've got 260 rural clinics, and they would much prefer going to something in their community because it enables them to get a neighbor or a friend to drive them and drop them off, and somebody doesn't have to take off work for the day and get them to Nashville or Memphis. So this is an issue. We've got a lot of veterans in Tennessee, and this is an issue that comes up regularly as we meet with the VSOs and as we meet with veterans groups. And what they want is community care. They appreciate what the chairman has done. They are crazy about my bill, which would get rid of that bureaucracy and give them the choice, put them in the driver's seat. And when you meet with these veterans groups and you hear what they go through and how long they have to wait, it is embarrassing. And I know you all inherited a problem at a very broken VA. And the fact that you had people that were working in VA healthcare that worked 5 days out of a 10-day work period in person, and VA benefits where they worked 2 days out of 10 in person. You can't get your job done if you are not showing up to work. So we appreciate that, but I think it is important that you speak with clarity on these issues and that we know you're not going to go soft on community care, because that is what the veterans are wanting to see expanded. So,
Thank you, ma'am. And just to be clear, we're working to put veterans first and veterans' choice first. And so community care is a primary focus, and we've got to get all of the bureaucracy out of the way so that the veteran has
Perfect.
the choice. And as a veteran of 40 years myself and the son of a veteran, I can tell you that I will continue to work for veterans and listen to veterans, because the why that I chose to take this nomination was those are my brothers and sisters. Those are the people that I've gone to battle with. They're my battle buddies. And those are the people that I'm here to serve. And so
Okay.
serve them I will.
great. And Mr. Workman, I'll send something to you for a QFR. The electronic health records in that transition that is there from active duty to veterans, I'll send it. I'm out of time, so I'll send that to you for written.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Senator Blackburn, thank you. Committee, we have two senators that are present. At the end of those questioning, we're going to try to bring this hearing to a conclusion and make the vote at the very end. We have two votes, one of which has already started, so now it's Senator Hirono's time, and you may ask your questions.
Now, let's talk about what's really at stake here. For decades, we've watched our veterans get trapped in a broken bureaucratic nightmare. These are the men and women who served our country, who put their lives on the line for our freedom. And what do they get when they come home? They get stuck in endless red tape, waiting months for basic health care while bureaucrats shuffle papers. Mr. Bartram, the nominee being questioned here, admits something that should shock every American. He says the current bureaucracy is, quote, stacked against our veterans. Think about that for a moment. The very system designed to serve those who serve us is actively working against them. This is the swamp mentality that President Trump fought against, and it's exactly why we need fighters like Senator Blackburn in the Senate. What really impressed me about this exchange is how Senator Blackburn cuts through the political speak. When Bartram starts talking about balancing direct care and community care, she immediately calls him out. She doesn't want balance. She wants veterans to have choice. She wants veterans in the driver's seat of their own healthcare decisions. That's real conservative leadership right there. And let's talk about the rural healthcare issue that Senator Blackburn raises. Tennessee has 63 rural hospitals and 260 rural clinics. These are community institutions that know their neighbors, that understand local needs. When a veteran can get care at their local clinic instead of driving hours to Nashville or Memphis, that's not just convenient, that's common sense. That's putting people before bureaucracy. This community care approach aligns perfectly with conservative principles. We believe in local solutions, we believe in choice, and we believe in getting government out of the way so people can access the services they need. When Senator Blackburn talks about veterans being able to get a ride from a neighbor instead of someone taking a full day off work, that's real-world impact. That's understanding how policy affects actual families. Now, here's what really gets my blood boiling. Senator Blackburn reveals that some VA healthcare workers were only showing up 5 days out of every 10-day work period. In the benefits department, it was even worse with only 2 days out of 10. Are you kidding me? While our veterans are waiting months for care and benefits, the people supposed to help them aren't even showing up to work. This is exactly the kind of government accountability failure that drives hard-working Americans crazy. But here's the encouraging part. Mr. Bartram, despite being questioned hard, shows he gets it. He's a 40-year veteran himself. When he talks about serving his brothers and sisters and battle buddies, you can hear the authenticity. This isn't some career bureaucrat who's never worn a uniform. This is someone who understands the military family bond. His commitment to eliminating bureaucracy and putting veterans first sounds promising, but we need to hold these officials accountable. Promises are easy in confirmation hearings. Results are what matter. Senator Blackburn is absolutely right to demand clarity and commitment on community care expansion. The electronic health records issue that gets mentioned at the end is another perfect example of government inefficiency. Our veterans shouldn't have to navigate complicated systems when transitioning from active duty. Technology should make their lives easier, not harder. What we're seeing in this hearing is exactly what happens when you have strong conservative leadership asking the right questions. Senator Blackburn isn't grandstanding. She's not playing politics. She's laser-focused on results for Tennessee veterans and veterans nationwide. This is why elections matter, patriots. This is why we need more senators like Marsha Blackburn who will stand up for our veterans and demand accountability from government agencies. She's not accepting bureaucratic doublespeak. She's demanding action. The broader lesson here is about the fundamental difference between conservative and liberal approaches to government. Conservatives want to empower individuals, reduce bureaucracy, and provide choice. We want our veterans to have options, to be treated with dignity, and to access care efficiently. Liberals want to expand government control, create more bureaucracy, and limit choices in the name of centralized planning. Community care represents everything conservatives believe in. It's about competition, choice, and putting the individual first. When veterans can choose their healthcare provider, those providers have to compete for their business. That means better service, shorter wait times, and more personalized care. I want to see this nominee follow through on his promises. I want to see real metrics on bureaucracy reduction. I want to see wait times decrease and veteran satisfaction increase. Most importantly, I want to see our heroes treated with the respect and efficiency they deserve. Patriots, this is why your voice matters. This is why you need to stay engaged with what's happening in Washington. Our veterans sacrificed for our freedom, and we owe them nothing less than excellence in return. Senator Blackburn is fighting for them, and we need support leaders who put America and Americans first. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in Washington, hit that like button and subscribe to America First. We're committed to bringing you the truth about what our elected officials are doing for the American people. Share this with a veteran in your life, and let's keep holding our government accountable. Thanks for watching, Patriots. Keep fighting for America, and I'll see you in the next video.